Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome if you're new. So today we're going to be talking about the brand new SMG in Season 6, the LAPA SMG. So this SMG was actually dropped earlier today, and by the time you're seeing this video, it's probably the next day. But today we are going to be taking an in-depth look at how this SMG performs, whether or not it's going to be worth your time trying to grind for, and where it stands in the current meta right now. So just going to get to know the weapon a little bit more and let me know down below in the comments what you think of this gun and if you are going to be grinding for it. So if you guys do enjoy the content, a like is definitely appreciated. Make sure to subscribe if you're brand new around here. 𝗧𝗘𝗦𝗢𝗧 today. Make it official and let's get on with the video. All right, so the first thing that I did want to talk about here was the LAPA barrels. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably questioning which one should I use because this is the first time we're seeing an SMG with barrels that do affect your fire rate and your damage. So obviously it could be a little confusing. You don't know which one to go with. So I went ahead and did some testing here. We have our base barrel, extended, M03 reinforced, the light tactical, as well as the BR compact. So we have here our body TTK as well as the head TTK and the ranges. So long story short, the extended barrel is the one that you want to use, mainly because it gives us the fastest possible TTK to the body. Now, one thing that I found really interesting here is that the light tactical has the fastest TTK to the head here, but it's only up to that 11-meter range. And you know, going for headshots is not really practical for most people and in most situations. So that's really the only advantage that I see the light tactical having here. And you know, its ranges are very short, and the longer that you get up on these ranges, the longer it takes to kill your opponent, especially the BR compact. The BR compact is probably the worst one here as far as time to kill, as you can see that the numbers display. But the extended barrel is definitely the way to go, and this is a good thing because this is one of the first barrels that you do get to unlock. So this is the one that you want to go ahead and stay with. So let me know down below in the comments what you think of this whole new fire rate and damage attributes to these attachments. And yeah, but if you want to go ahead, you can go ahead and pause the video if you want to take a closer look at these numbers and decide for yourself which barrel you think is worth using. But now let's go ahead and take a look at the TTK chart. All right, so here's the SMG TTK chart for Season 6, and this does include the brand new SMG, the LAPA, here in this aqua blue color. And as you can see here, it's got a 320 millisecond time to kill up to this 15-meter range, and then after that it becomes a 400 millisecond time to kill. Then after 26 meters it becomes 480. So keep in mind, these stats are based off of the best attachments that you can use to help with this TTK. If you guys aren't aware, the LAPA, it comes with multiple attachments that are going to change the fire rate and the damage and vice versa. So from my testing, the LAPA is best used for the fastest TTK with the extended barrel. So these are the results that you're going to see here. And clearly it doesn't really do much. Yes, it makes it a competitive SMG versus, let's see here, the Milano and the LC10. But you know, when you do have other choices here like the Tech 9, the PPSH, the AK-74U, why would this be a reason for us to use this gun? Especially when you get to longer ranges, it becomes one of the slowest killing SMGs in the game. So you know, let me know what you think of this down below in the comments. And this is the whole purpose of showing you guys these stats so you guys can see a visual of this gun. And you know, there's a lot of content creators out there and just people in general who use a new gun and they think that this gun's going to be good, you know, just because you're doing good with it. But when you actually put things to test and you compare it next to whatever the current meta is in the game, and you realize like, yo, this gun actually isn't that good because the stats say otherwise and the numbers don't lie. So the LAPA, in my opinion, is very lackluster. There's definitely better choices in the game. I don't see why people would want to use it after seeing stats like this. It really needs a bump in fire rate and damage as well. I mean, 320 millisecond, that's pretty slow in my opinion for an SMG, especially when we're used to using something like the Tech 9 and the KSP. KSP is just king for TTK, obviously. But yeah, let me know what you think of this down below in the comments, and hopefully this will create some more of clarity for you guys whether or not you want to go ahead and use it. All right, so here is the LAPA recoil comparison chart. We got the base, we got the muzzle brake, infantry, SOCOM, so on and so forth. Now, the reason why I make these charts is so that you guys have a visual and understanding of which attachment combos are the best to use for the best recoil reduction. So obviously our eyes are going to be drawn to the SOCOM and the field agent grip. You know, this is pretty much overdoing it in my opinion. You know, if you really want to go for zero recoil, then go ahead and put the SOCOM plus the field agent. But in my opinion, you don't really need to put this on this specific gun. If you haven't used it yet, give it a shot. This recoil pattern does look pretty messy, but once you go ahead and use it, it's really not that hard to control the recoil. So in my opinion, you could literally go with the infantry compensator and the foregrip and you'll still be just fine without all the penalties in the cons. Or you can go with the SOCOM plus the foregrip. You you don't necessarily have to go with the 𝗧𝗠𝗏 and the field agent. But like I said, I make these charts for you guys so you guys can see what attachment combos look like, and you can make your own judgment on what you personally want to use. But like I said, I would personally go with the 𝗧𝗠𝗏 in the foregrip or the infantry in the foregrip just because of the minimal cons. All right, so here is my class recommendation for the LAPA. So first, for the muzzle, we're going to be using the infantry compensator. So this is going to give us 12% vertical recoil control as well as negative 8% horizontal recoil control. Now, one thing I do want to say is that with the muzzle, in all honesty, it really doesn't matter what you use because like I said, the recoil is really not that hard to control. So you can even use something like the sound suppressor if you want to go the stealth route, or you can go with the agency suppressor, but you do have to keep in mind that your effective damage range is going to be reduced greatly. So obviously we only have 11 meters to work with here, whereas if we were to use the sound suppressor, it's 12.95, so essentially 2 meters gained by using this attachment with no cons to it. So it's really up to you. Excuse me, there are a con of effective damage range. It's at 12 meters, but like I said, it's not as bad as the agency suppressor. So you really be the judgment of that, of what you want to use. But like I said, if you want to go with a no recoil attachment, then you can go with either the infantry or the 𝗧𝗠𝗏 eliminator. But if you want to minimize the cons, then go with the infantry compensator. Now for the barrel, this one's the most important one, just so you can optimize your time to kill as much as possible. We're going to be using the extended barrel based on my testing. This gives us the fastest time to kill. And something that's really misleading is the whole damage thing. You know, even if it shows negative 6% damage, it doesn't mean that it's going to make the gun weaker, because we're increasing the fire rate here by 8%. So this is going to ultimately make it faster to kill your opponent, if that makes sense. Because the faster your fire rate is, or the higher your fire rate is, the faster you're going to kill your opponent. Now for the underbarrel, we're going to go with the foregrip. You could go with this one if you want to, or you can go with the field agent or SFOD. Remember, like I showed you in the recoil chart, you can't really go wrong with either or attachment combo, but personally for me, I'm going with the foregrip. For the magazine, I'm going to go with the 𝗧𝗏𝗥𝗕𝗢𝗏 50 round. You really can't go wrong with any of these, but personally, I would rather have as much ammo as possible so I don't have to worry too much about running out of ammo. So the 𝗧𝗏𝗥𝗕𝗢𝗏 50 round is my choice, but you can personally use whatever you want to here. This one's a pretty cool attachment. It increases your aim down sight time as well as your bullet velocity, but it also does reduce your, but it also has some pretty significant cons here. So you have to choose wisely with what you want to use. But for me personally, I'm going with the 50 round. Next attachment, we're going to be going with the Raider stock so we can help with our sprint to fire time as well as our aim walking movement speed. If you don't want to use this attachment, you can remove this and you can put on the airborne elastic wrap to help out with your aim down sight time. But even though you don't put a handle on it, if you use this class setup personally, you'll know that the aim down sight time is not really that big of a deal if you just aim around corners, and it's not really as slow as you think it would be if we're not going to use a handle on here. But if you want to go with an 8 attachment class setup, then go ahead, put on the handle with the airborne elastic wrap. For the body, you can put steady aim laser or soft target designator, and for the optic, you can use whatever you want to. It's not really needed in my opinion. I'm personally comfortable with the iron sights, but you may not be, so you can go ahead and put something like the Microflex LED if you would like to. But anyways guys, that is my example class setup of what I would personally use. I'll probably come out with some more variants of class setups, especially before Vanguard comes out, so be on the lookout for that. Secondaries, machete, stim shot, C4, jammer. We got my perk combination here if you guys are interested in copying it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Hopefully it was informational, educational, you learned something. Let me know down below in the comments what you think of the LAPA. I'm really interested in your thoughts, being that this is the final SMG that they are releasing for Cold War in Season 6. So don't forget to leave a like and make sure to subscribe if you're brand new around here at 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 today. Make it official, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Yo, if you guys are always on your computer all day, or you like to game for long sessions, definitely check out GamerAdvantage.com for these blue light blocking glasses. Quite literally the best blue light glasses that you can ever find on the market. Make sure to check out GamerAdvantage.com and just learn more about it, man. There's so many benefits to keeping your eyes nice and healthy. You won't feel that strain at the end of the day, and you'll go to sleep like a baby at the end of the day, and that's the best part. You won't feel tired at all. Definitely check out GamerAdvantage.com. Use code TURBO at checkout.